Destiny 2. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Destiny 2 is an action shooter that takes you on an epic journey across the solar system. In a cinematic campaign, you will enter a world filled with compelling characters and fight to take back our home. Battle alongside friends with multiple cooperative modes or challenge others in intense multiplayer matches. So what is Destiny 2? Well, I don't even think Destiny 2 knows what Destiny 2 is, to be honest, guys. It looks awesome. It looks really awesome. It really looks awesome. It looks awesome, guys. I think it looks great. And I think it sounds great as well. I think the music's good. I think the sound of the weapons is good. The sounds of the woman bitch when she gets shot is good. And I just think the whole thing looks and sounds terrific. I even think the gunplay is slick, guys. It really is. The whole thing runs like shit off a shiny shovel. It really does. I've had no frame drops at all that I noticed. It runs at a solid 60 frames a second with everything cranked up to the notch on a 1070. So I don't have any complaints about any of the way the game looks or sounds or plays as far as graphics and frame rate and sound goes. However, when it comes to actual gameplay, sadly this game does not continue the trend of being awesome. That's when it absolutely flops around like a wet haddock. The story's also pretty boring, quite childish and boring, and totally forgettable. You see, I don't think this game knows what. Is it an MMO? Is it an MMO or not? I don't know. Is it? I think it's. Do you know what this game is? I'll tell you what this game is. You know when you go to Toys R Us and places like that, and you go to the really preschool kiddie area. And I've used this analogy on No Man's Sky, and I'm going to use it again because it's so true. You know these Fisher-Price laptops that you can buy? So you buy your kid this Fisher-Price laptop, and you press a button and it goes, when you press the car picture on it and all that, and it's just like a fake laptop for kids with penguins and chickens all over it, and it'll be bright orange, and blue. Well, this game is one of them. That's what it is. You've got your World of Warcraft, which is a full-blooded MMO, and then you've got this, which is the MMO for preschools. That's the best way I can describe Destiny, and I'm going to tell you why before you all start freaking out and getting hits put out on me, okay? You see, in Destiny, there's two types of mission. There is the kind of mission where it says, do not die, and then after a certain amount of time, the mission will just magically end. And then there's the other kind of mission where it says, kill all these trash mobs that are going to just appear out of nowhere, and then kill these slightly not so trashy trash mobs. And then, you see that orange guy with the shield? He's the captain. Kill him. And then whatever's left after you kill the captain will magically vanish, and we'll give you the loot. We'll give you your reward. You're done. You're done. They're the two types of quests that you will do hundreds and near thousands of times if you keep playing this game. All the way through, I think I'm at the last quest of the campaign, and then I lost the will to live, to be honest. I just couldn't. I've done about 10 hours, and I'm almost pretty much finished the campaign now. I've done at least 20 of the world events that you get, and I've done a few PvP matches, and I've done a couple of strikes, which are essentially dungeon instances, little tiny miniature instances. If you're coming from a seasoned MMO, just so you know what a strike is. It's a 3-man team taking down a bit of a dungeon with a big boss guy at the end of it. Quite good. I quite like the strikes. I'm not going to criticise the strikes because I quite like them, although it was more of the same shit, to be honest, but the design was a little bit better. You see, the design of the rest of the game is just awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, this is the level of design that you're going to get in this game. Let's take a world event. You'll have these flags, just randomly placed around the world. They are location markers for a world event. You go up to it or you hang around it, and then the countdown marker will say world event starting in, I don't know, 1.5 minutes or so. Once it gets down to 0, the world event starts, and it'll start with a spaceship flying in, and then it'll drop this flashy light thing, this machine on the floor, and it'll say, oh, it's a drill. The machine's a drill, and the aliens are trying to drill. So all the aliens will then appear, or they'll drop out the spaceship, and you have to kill all the aliens. And then if you do that after about 3 or 4 minutes, it magically will all stop and say, you stopped them from drilling. There's your reward, thanks. Then you go to another one on another planet or in another zone, and then, 3, 2, 1, go. Another spaceship will fly over and say, these people are surveying the area. There's a surveying machine, that flashy little thing on the floor. Kill everybody for about 3 or 4 minutes. You've done that as well, and congratulations, there's your chest, there's your reward. Go to another area, and then it'll be the same thing. They'll just change the name of the thing. It'll either be drilling, it might be a ritual or something. Be the same kind of thing. They'll drop something in, drop a load of mobs, ritual's over, you win, that's it. And that's all you'll do, that's all you will. I promise you, I've done them all over the place, done about 20 on every different world that there is to go to, and they're all the same. The missions are exactly the same as that as well. You go on, even on the main campaign, you just run through the whole campaign. You don't have to shoot anything. Just half the missions you can just run through. The AI is so awful in this game. You just run through. I got so bored, I just thought, oh fuck, I can't be bothered to shoot you. I've shot your model about 1,000 billion times. Fuck it, I can't be asked. So I just ran past them, and I thought, are they going to follow me? No, they didn't. Half the time I just stood there and let them shoot us. I was just talking to my girlfriend. Say, oh, you're being shot? Yeah, that's alright. They won't be able to kill us. I'm fine. What was that? What you were saying? What will happen for tea? Oh, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe a roast? Am I having a roast? You're going to die? No, I won't die. And they're just firing away these dumb fucking AI. And then I just hide behind a rock for 5 seconds, health fully charged again. Murder them. Run around, kill them all again. It's about as challenging as having a piss. It brings a whole new meaning to trash mobs. You can't die. You literally can't. The only way you'll die in this game is if the mission turns around and says you need a power level, and I'll come to power levels in a second, a power level of 100, and you have like a power level of 50, then you'll probably die because you're going to be facing enemies that are way too powerful for you. But if you are going in at the right level, you're not going to die unless you're on a strike. Strikes are a different ball game. They can be quite terribly hard at times. So you come back to the campaign missions and the side missions. They're all the same. It's just you run through the whole quest till you get to the end, and then at the end of the quest, it'll say, you have to bypass the shield generator. All right, okay. How do I do that? I just kill everything in the room. Oh, so same as before then. Yeah. Just kill everything. Okay, so I've killed everything. Yeah, you bypassed the shield generator. Congratulations. There's your quest. Would you like to do another one? No, thanks. I'd rather go and slit me throat, thanks. And that's the game. That is the game, guys. That is the actual game. And it throws about 1,000 buckets of loot at you while you're doing this. Honestly, you'll get your first loot drop and you go, oh, wow, I've just dropped this helmet. That looks awesome. And then the next mission, you'll drop another 3. And some boots and a coat and a couple of guns, because you've got 4 different types of guns. You've got your primary weapon, your secondary weapon, a power weapon, and there's a special weapon that you get as well on top of all that. And you'll just drop a shit ton of guns. They range in different colours depending on the rarity and obviously the power. You're forever chopping and changing. That's slightly better than that one, I'll take that. That's slightly better than that one. And if that's not enough, you then get all this currency, and you get... There's vendors everywhere that'll just happily sell you more fucking loot as well. There's stuff to hand in to get your rep up to get even better loot, and it's just a giant loot fest. And if that's not enough, there's some nice crates as well that you can buy with IRL cash to give you your shaders. I covered this in a video, I'm not going to cover it again, but it's disgusting loot, kind of randomized, give us your fucking money bullshit. But the power level is basically it's a sum that's added up. It's the same in World of Warcraft and nearly every other MMO. You have a rating, a player rating, depending on how good your gear is. It's a number that's all crunched up with what gear you've got. It all adds up to a number. And this number represents your power level. And when you do a quest, it might say power level 120 required. So if you were round about that, then you should be fine, Well, to be honest, you'd be fine going in at 80. To be fair, it's just so easy. It is just so easy. It has PvP. 4-player, guys. 4 players in a tiny little map. Capture and hold with 4 players. Capture and hold. You just run around in a little tiny group shooting each other. Everybody shooting the same guy. Just shooting. That's it. That's it. Nothing more to say here. Nothing. And coming back to strikes, they're random as well. It's not like you can pick your strikes. There's 5 strikes, I think, which are like 5 different types of dungeon in this game. And you can't pick which one you want. It's all random. So you could end up getting the same one over and over. Or the one that you like, you just don't get. It's bullshit. I haven't done any raids, which is the end game stuff. And I'll tell you why. Because I'll never play this game again after where I'm up to now. It is so mind-numbingly boring. And I'll tell you why I'll never play it again, even though the wreck and the raids is good. It's because the world is mind-numbingly boring. The AI is absolutely abysmal. It'll either just stand there or run at you, or a couple of them will dodge behind a rock, but it's so obvious what they're going to do. They're so predictable. It's just boring. There's no reason to do anything in the world. There's nothing to do, literally nothing to do other than raids. That's it. The world events are boring. The quests is boring. The strikes are alright, the PvP's diabolical, and the raids are probably good, but they're only 6 man. You're going to get bored of them so much. So what's the point of having gear? Why should I grind hundreds of hours for gear? If there was another faction that was playable with players, if there was like 2 factions at war on the planets, oh yeah, give me some of that right now. Give me that right now. I'll grind for my gear if I know there's a whole load of players out there that's going to try and kick my ass while I'm questing. While me and my mates is doing a world event, we'll see another 5 or 6 guys come running around the corner with their guns trying to kill us, as well as the AI trying to kill us. Oh, give me some of that. I'd grind my fucking nipples off for gear if that was the game. That's fun. That's great. Oh, but I keep forgetting. Everybody will cry, wouldn't they? I'm being ganked. Yeah, these are the people that ruined World of Warcraft. I keep forgetting. Yeah, gamers today. Yeah, they can't cope, can they? It's a shame. I wish they could cope. Can I go back to 1996, please, or 2005? Yeah, get out of this chicken shit outfit. And that's why, guys, it's just a pointless game. Like pretty much every other Care Bear game out there, it's just a boring, nothing to do. It's just a safe, boring game where nothing bad's ever going to happen to you. You run around the world, nothing's out there, you know. Honestly, it's so bloody boring. It's so boring, I'd rather sit and watch an episode of the Antiques Roadshow and watch some old cunt with a vase say, it's been passed down through the families. We're never going to sell it, but what's it worth? I'd rather watch that than play another hour of this game. It just doesn't deliver anything worthwhile for the grind, and I don't mind a grind. I don't mind a grind as long as it's the reward. It's all about the reward. When I'm playing World of Tanks, and I played World of Tanks for a year and a half, I played Mech Warrior for about 2.5 years. The grind gives me a new mech, or gives me a Tiger 2 tank. It's worth it when I get that new tank, you know. That's worth the grind. Because I'm having fun when I'm grinding, playing with my mates. All the battles is different, you know, because it's against humans. But when you're playing against boring, predictable AI, the battles are all the same. I'm going to stand on this rock and they're just going to sit there and shoot at me. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, he's got a shield. I better switch to this gun. Shields down, switch to this gun. Pew, 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 pew. Plop, dead. Oh, he's dropped some ammo. I'll go and pick it off. Nah, it's not challenging enough at all. There's nothing to do. And if all there is raids, no, I need a shit ton more than that. For what, £45? Give us a break. No chance.